Hey there ladies and gents, and welcome to the next video in this video series where I'm building an e-commerce website. I'm specifically building one for selling hair, but you can use this video series for any type of e-commerce website you want to build. First of all, I just want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch this video series and this video. I really do appreciate it, and it just makes making these videos worthwhile for me, for people out there who want to learn about Divi and building their own websites. So first thing, if you guys have just landed on this video and haven't watched the first video in this series, I suggest checking the description for a link to the playlist and starting from the beginning. Otherwise, I will just leave a card that should pop up now where you can click on that as well and start from there and then carry on. The second thing is, in order to follow along, you are going to need a page builder called Divi. If you don't have that, I have a link in the description where you can get Divi. It's a link to elegant themes, and then you may also need web hosting and a domain name, and I've got a link to a company called Green Geeks that offer web hosting and domain registration. And then guys, just to let you know, both Elegant Themes and Green Geeks are currently running a sale, and I think it only lasts until the end of August, so get onto it now before the end of August. And then just to also let you know that if you do purchase Divi through my link or the web hosting and domain registration through my link, I will receive a commission, but it doesn't cost you guys anything extra. It's just the websites reward me for referring customers to them. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to set up your categories and how to set up your attributes, as well as how to load products into WooCommerce. So with that all out of the way now, let's jump into my laptop. Before we start, I just wanted to apologize up front in case you hear any noise in the background. There's just some renovations going on another property, and you might be able to hear the machinery in the background. So yeah, sorry about that. So let's set up our WooCommerce categories, attributes, and products. To do that, what we need to do, we need to come over here and hover over products, and let's first set up our categories, and let's select that option. Before we start adding categories and products and attributes and everything, I just need to let you know that I'm obviously using dummy content here. If you are setting up a real store here, you need to put your proper product categories, your proper attributes, and your proper product titles, product prices, everything. Everything I'm doing here is just dummy stuff, just to show you how it all works. So before we actually add a new category over here, let's edit the current one, because this one you can't delete. So let's click this quick edit option, and let's name this for our first category. And I'm going to name this one Bob Style. And then for the slug, I'm just going to do Bob Style again, but this is what appears in the URL. So make sure you use lowercase for all the text, and then put a hyphen or underscore in between the names. I prefer a hyphen, as that's how most URLs are. Then let's click this button that says Update Category. So there's our first category. Now let's create the rest of our categories. So over here, under name, I'm going to name my second one, which is Headband Style. And yeah, we don't have to put in the slug, because it will take this name and use it as the slug and put the dash in for you as well. So we can ignore everything else, and we can just click Add New Category. Before I do that, let me just explain to you what this parent category is. So this is if this was a child of another category. So in other words, let's say I had something called hair extensions, and that's my parent category. So I could choose hair extensions from over here, and then you'd see like Bob Style, it would have hair extensions over here, and then underneath it would have a dash Bob Style to show that Bob Style is a parent of hair extensions. So I hope that makes sense. So let's click this button to add the new category we've just created. Then I'm going to name my next one, which is long and straight style. I'm just going to push enter, and you'll see it adds it. Then you can see there that it automatically creates a slug with all lowercase text and the hyphens in between the words. The last one I'm going to do is long and wavy style. So there's the 4 categories I'm going to use. Obviously, if you have more, you'll just add more. Now that we've set up our categories, let's go set up our attributes. And let me first show you what attributes are. If I come over to my product page, the color and the size here are what is known as attributes. So this is where you can set things like color, and you can put all your colors in this drop down, size, and you can put all your sizes in the drop down as well. So that's what attributes are. So let's create that. If we come back here, you'll see there's a menu item here called attributes. So let's click on that. So on the right hand side here, you'll see there's no attributes currently exist. So let's create our first one. So the name I'm going to give this one is color. And then we can just click add attribute. Again, the slug will automatically be created from the name. And then I'm going to create my last one, which is size. And here again, you can create as many attributes as your product needs. And let's click add attribute. So once we've created our attributes, the next thing we need to do is configure the terms. And the terms are the actual colors like black, red, blue. And size would be the actual size like 10, 12, 14, 16 inches, and so on. So let's first create our color term. So let's click on this link that says configure terms. So my first term is going to be black, and then you can just press enter. My next one is going to be blonde. Next one is brown. And my last one is red. So that's my color done. Let's go back to attributes. And I just now want to configure the terms for size. So let's click that configure terms link again. The first one I have is 10 inches. And then have 12 inches. Next one will be 14 inches. And the last one, 16 inches. So there are all the attributes created. Again, guys, if you have more attributes for your products, you just create them like we've done here. Then let's add our first product. So let's come over here under products. Let's click this item that says add new. The first thing we need to do, we need to give our product a name. So this dummy product, I'm going to call product a Bob style. You can then scroll down to this description here, and I'm just going to copy the description I've got on my other screen here, and then just paste it in here. And then let me just quickly show you where that description goes. So if I scroll down here, this part over here is that description. Then let's scroll further down, and then we get to our product data. We have 2 options here. Well, more than 2, but we're really going to only work with 2. One would be simple product and the other variable product. If I come back to my product page here, this is a variable product because it has different variations. A simple product would have no variation. So a simple product would just have the product name, a price, and that's it. You wouldn't have these variations. But because all my products come with variations, I'm going to be working with variable products. So if we come to the first tab here, which is inventory, we can give it an SKU number, which I'm just going to copy from my other screen here. And guys, again, you would obviously put your correct details here. I'm just using some dummy information. Manage stock, I don't want to do it from this level. Actually, because there's many variations of my products, I want to do it from the product level. So from those variations, because my black color might have more stock than my red color. So I don't want to manage it at this level yet. And then this sold individually, I've never used this, so I'm just going to leave it unchecked. Shipping, So maybe just to let you guys know, I'm going to do basic shipping for this tutorial based on where your customer may be located. But you can do shipping based on weights and dimensions and things like that. But I'm not going to get in that. Again, if that's how you want to do your shipping, search YouTube for tutorials on how to do more advanced shipping options. So because I'm doing it based on location, I'm going to leave this. Link products, I'm not going to use this, but you can use it. Once you've loaded all your products, you can come back in and create upsells and cross-sells for each product. Then under attributes, this is where we are going to now list these attributes. So if I come over here and I click on this drop down, you'll see there's my 2 attributes we created. So I'm going to select color first and I'm going to click this button to add it. So now what we can do, we can come in here and select our terms. There's our terms, the black, the blonde, the brown, and the red. But I want to use all of them. So what I can do is actually click this button that says select all, and it will load all my colors in there. And then we want to make sure we check this box that says used for variations. Let's come back to this drop down and let's add the next attribute, which is size, and click the add button. We can then come down to size here, and I'm not going to click select all here because this is my bob style. I only want 10 and 12. So that's how you do it if you don't want to select all your terms. And again, we want to make sure we check this box to use it for variations. We then click this button to save our attributes. We can then go over to the next tab, which is variations. Then over here, we want to click on this drop down and we want to select this create variations from all attributes. That means it will take both our color and size attributes and create all the variations for them. So we'll get like all the colors of black, blonde, brown, and red with our size attributes combined of 10 and 12 inch. So it'll probably make more sense when I do this. So let's click on go. And this warning will come up just to say that we're about to link all variations, and that will create new variations for each and every possible combination of variation attributes. And it's a max of 50 per run. So let's click the OK button. It will tell me then 8 variations are added, which is correct because I had 4 colors and I had 2 sizes. So 2 times 4 is 8. Let's click the OK button. And now it will list all our variations. So we have 2 blacks. And the reason why there's 2 blacks is because there's only a 10 inch and a 12 inch. Then blonde of 10 inch and 12 inch, brown of 10 inch and 12 inch, and red of 10 inch and 12 inch. Then what we want to do, we want to actually click over here next to the variation. And now we can add its own image. We can set its own price, the stock status, and everything else you could do in the inventory here. So I'm going to click on the upload an image because I've got a specific image for the black hair extension, and I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to drag all my variations into the media library. So there's my 4 colors, my black, the red, the brown, and the blonde. So I'm going to choose the black color and click this button that says set variation image. Alright, we want to leave it as enabled, and we also want to check this manage stock. Now, this downloadable and virtual is more for digital products, which I'm dealing with physical products here. So if you guys want a tutorial on digital products, let me know in the comments, and then I'll also do videos on that. So now we want to set our regular price, but if your regular price is the same for all your variations, there's a quicker way of doing this than going into each one and setting it. We can come up to here where it says add variation and click on the drop down, and we can come down to pricing and select the set regular prices. We can then click the go button, and over here we can enter the value. So my price is 99.99, which that's my regular price. I can then click OK, and then it just warns us to save the changes before changing the page. So we can click OK again. So if we now come into here, we can see I must have forgot to put a comma here. So let's just go back and do that. Set regular prices. Click on the go button, and it's got 99.99. I think it's because I'm using comma and I need to use a dot. So let's click OK and let's just see if that works. Right, if we click on the drop down, okay, that's because I used a dot. You can actually change whether you want to use a dot or a comma in the WooCommerce settings, but we'll go through that now and I'll show you where you can change that. So let's go to the next one and you'll see it set it there as well. If I check the next one, it's set it there as well. Okay, so that's all great. So now we want to manage stock. And what we can do, we can come to add variations and we can select this toggle to manage stock. So it selects manage stock for all of them. We can click go. So the first one should already have it. Okay, you'll see it doesn't have it because I actually had it checked, but the rest will have it now checked. So that was my mistake. I shouldn't have checked this one, but so just be wary of that. Okay, so now that we've got managed stock, we've got our prices set. I'm also going to set this as a sale price. So we can do that again in bulk. So we can go to add variation, pricing, and we can use the set sales price. And then I can click go. And my sales price is going to be $79.99. And I can click OK. Then click OK again. So if I open it up now, you'll see all the products will have a sales price as well. So the only thing I'm going to do now is quickly run through this and just set the stock levels. As I said, each color can have a different amount of stock. So that's why you do it individually like that. If not, you can also come to the add variation and you can come down to stock here and you can set your stock over there. So if you go stock, for instance, click go and we enter a value of, let's say 100 items are in stock of each color. And then we open it up here. You'll see now our stock quantity has 100. I'm just going to maybe change the red one here, make this 0 to show that that's out of stock, and maybe change this to like 42 or something. Then we can just see how it looks on the front end. Right, so we can scroll down further. That's now setting up all the different variations, all done. We can then put another short description of the product in here. Let me just show you what that is. That is this product info here. So I'm actually just going to copy this from here. Copy and paste it in here. And I just want to make sure that this is all bold. Then we just want to scroll up here and we want to look on the right hand side. There's a few more options we can set. So we can set our main product image. So let's do that. Let's set the product image. And again, it opens your media library. So I'm going to now just drag all the products from my other screen into my media library. So all my product images have been uploaded now. So I'm going to select the first one here and set the product image. You'll then see it sets this product image. So it would be this image over here. That's the main image. Then we can set our product gallery, which is these images at the bottom here, or these thumbnails at the bottom here. And we do that by going under product gallery and add product gallery images. Now you don't have to select your main image, you just have to select your other images, and you do that by holding in Control or Command and selecting the images you want. And you'll notice that they all have the check mark. And you can click this button that says Add to Gallery. And there we go, to add it to gallery. You can then scroll down. We can select our product category. This is for my Bob style, so I'm going to select that one. And then if you want, you can add product tags. I'm not going to do that, but you're more than welcome to. And then that's us loading our first product. We then come up to here and we need to click this publish button. And there our first product is published. And we can open the product in a new tab and just have a look at what it looks like. You'll see it's not the same as what my product page looks like here, and it's because we're using the WooCommerce styling at the moment. So you see it doesn't look very nice. It's got this column here, this right-hand column. And yeah, we're going to make this look much better. But that's the first product loaded. So if we come back to our product here, now if you want to add a new product, all you're going to do is click Add New. I'm not going to load all the other products here, otherwise it's going to take way too long. I'm going to do it all off screen. But I just want to show you a quick way of doing this if your products are very similar. So if you click add new, sorry, not add new, you want to click all products. You want to actually go to the list of your products. You'll see there's your first product created. So what you can do is you can hover over it and then you get this option to duplicate, and you can duplicate it like this. And then you can just change out like the heading there. When you change the heading, this will also change the permalink or the slug. If the product description is different, you can change it there. Change your SKU, change everything over here that needs to be changed and leave what doesn't need to be changed. But if your products are very different from each other, then you just keep adding a new product by clicking this option here. So anyway, now that that's done, let's just go to WooCommerce and let's come over to settings. I just want to sort out the settings, and I maybe should have done this first, actually, now that I think about it, but it's fine. We'll just quickly do that now. So what you can do, you can put in your address details there, your country. The general options, you want to select where you're selling your product. So you can sell to all countries, or you can sell to all countries except for, and name all the countries you're not selling to. So if you're selling to every country except for maybe a couple, use that option. Or if you're only selling to specific countries, you can use this option to sell to specific countries. And then the shipping locations, normally you'd leave this to ship to all countries you sell to, but there are a few other options there. The default customer location, I just leave as shop, country, and region. This geolocate, over here, you need to set up an account and get an API key in that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as that. If you want to enable taxes, you can. I know it's applicable in some states in the United States, and that in my country it's not, so I can leave it unchecked. And then enable coupons. If you're going to give coupons, rather leave that enabled, and you can set up coupons for your customers. And then the currency options, you can set your currency. I'm going to leave mine as United States dollars. Currency position, I'll leave as left. And you can set the thousand separator and the decimal separator. That's where I was showing you if you want to rather use a comma instead of a dot, or dot instead of a comma. This is where you do it. Number of decimals, it's usually 2, so I'm going to leave it as 2. And you can click Save Changes. We can then come to the Products tab. For shop page, we're going to leave as a shop. This is the pages that WooCommerce set up. Add to cart behavior. So here you have the option for it to redirect to the cart page after successful addition. So let's say someone comes here, adds to the cart. What will happen is it will open the cart page as soon as they click this button. I prefer it to leave it as Ajax, because what will happen is, I think I showed in the first video, is that when you click to add to cart, there's a notice that pops up here just to say that the item has been added to the cart, and then they can continue shopping. Placeholder image, I just leave this. Weight unit, you can change the unit to your particular unit you use in your country. Same with the dimensions. Reviews, you can enable reviews, which I'm going to leave because I'm going to show you how to set that up if you want to have reviews for your products. If not, you can uncheck that. And then show verified owner just means that they have an account, and you can also select this that reviews can only be left by verified owners, which is that they have an account with you. Then product ratings, you can enable the star ratings on the reviews, and the star ratings should be required. So I don't think I'd really change anything there, so I'm not going to save. Then we can come over to inventory. So there's a few menu items under the product tab. Yeah, we can enable to manage the stock level that you'd obviously want to check, especially with physical products. This holds stock for minutes. This means that someone can have it in their cart for 60 minutes. So they have to make payments within 60 minutes. Otherwise, the product becomes available to be sold again. So that's what that means. Notification. So yeah, these are just emails you'll receive in case your stock gets low or you have items that are out of stock. And yeah, you can put your email address where you want these notices to go to. The low stock threshold, yeah, you set it at what you think will be best for you. I'll set it at 10, meaning that when my stock reaches 10, I'll get the notification that the stock is low. You might want to set this higher if it takes longer to get the stock, or low if you get the stock like in a day or two. And then the out of stock threshold, this would normally be 0. So out of stock visibility, yeah, you can hide to show the out of stock visibility. I'm just going to leave it so that you can see what it looks like. And then stock display format. So here's a few options. I'm going to just leave it as a top option, but you can choose any option you want there. So let's click Save Changes. Right, for downloadable products, we're not going to use because we're not doing any digital products, as well as this approved download directories. Let's click on Advanced. I don't think there's anything here we need to change, but just want to make 100% sure. Okay, there's nothing here we really need to do. And let's go over to shipping. So as I said previously, I'm just going to show you location shipping. I'm not going to do any weights or dimensions. So what we can do first is we can click this button to add a shipping zone. So the first zone I'm going to make, so under zone name now, I'm going to call this zone North America. And this is not, and your customers won't see this. This is just for your notes. So I'm going to name this North America. The zone regions, I'm going to target the entire North America. Once we've done that, we can then add a shipping method. So we can click on that. And for this, I'm going to do free shipping for the entire North America. So as you'll see, if you get a flat rate, that's where you can put in a price. But I'm going to show you this on another shipping method now. You can also do local pickup if you offer that. But I'm going to choose free shipping and click this button that says Add Shipping Method. Then you'll see it's added there, but let's go in and edit it. So for the title, I just want to copy my title from my other screen here. I'm just going to paste this in here. So this is what they are going to see at checkout, your customers. So mine says DHL, and you can load as many shipping methods as you need. So you can have DHL, FedEx, UPS, whatever you use. So I'm going to say expected delivery. I should actually change this in 5 to 7 days. Okay, and then free shipping requires. I'm going to show you how this works now, but I'm going to leave this for not applicable because the entire North America gets free shipping. They don't have to spend a certain amount or anything to get free shipping. So let's click Save Changes. And that's all I'm going to do there. So I'm going to go back here to shipping zones. And then I'm going to add another shipping zone. And for this zone, I'm going to call it ROW, which stands for Rest of the World. For the regions, I'm going to choose Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Europe, Oceania. If that's how I think that's how you say it. And then South America. So that should cover the entire world now. We can click this button again to add shipping methods. And here we're going to use flat rate. So I'm going to add the shipping method. So there's our option. We can click the edit link. And now I'm going to put in another title there. I'm just copying it from my other screen quickly. So I'm going to change this to in again. Expected delivery in 5 to 7 business days. You can make this taxable or not. I'm going to just say none. And the cost for this is going to be $3.99. Then we can save changes. So there's our first one. We can then add another shipping method. And let's say you want to give certain locations free shipping if they spend a certain amount with your store. So we can choose the free shipping option and then click this button to add shipping method. And then under the free shipping option here, we can click the edit link. And then I just want to grab this title quickly and paste it in here. So this one says, congratulations, you qualify for free shipping for spending more than, I'm not going to change this to $100 because I think nothing in my store costs less than $50. But anyway, expected delivery, and I just want to change this again to in 5 to 7 business days. And then we get to come to here where it says free shipping requires. We can click on the drop down and we can select a minimum order amount. There's other things you can choose here. So a minimum order amount, and let's make it 100.01. So they need to spend more than $100. And then you can select this, you can check this apply minimum order rule before coupon discount. So that's up to you if you want to do that. I will select that, and let's click Save Changes. And then that's our shipping done. I just want to quickly go back to shipping zones and just show you one more thing. So there you'll see that it's the 2 shipping zones we've just created. There's another one here for locations not covered by your other zone. So that's in case you might have other zones that's not covered, and you can actually set it up exactly the same way as we've set these up. So use that if you want to. But now that we've done with I'm not going to go into shipping options and shipping classes because that's a bit involved. Like I said, watch a YouTube tutorial on more advanced shipping. Otherwise, this video could get long. And I know it's already long, but it can get longer. Then if we come over to payments. So here you're going to set your payments. You'll see I've got PayPal enabled. You can do direct bank transfer. Takes a while to do it. Check payments. If you do in-store pickups, you can do cash on delivery. And then we can do PayPal as well. So you can save changes. Obviously, if you've chosen Stripe or Payoneer or something like that, and you've set the plugin up and integrated it, it will show in this list. So if we go to Accounts and Privacy. So we have the option for guest checkout. So you can allow customers to place orders without an account, so they don't have to create an account or have an account in order to buy from you. Or you can allow customers to log into an existing account during checkout. So I'm going to check both of those because sometimes they don't want to create an account and you could miss an order. But if it's imperative that they have an account with you, you can uncheck that. Account creation. So you can allow customers to create an account during checkout, which I think is a good idea because not people will go to register an account. They like to put things in their cart, get to the checkout, and then you can let them create an account there. Allow customers to create an account on My Account page. You want to do that as well so that they have the option, if they already have an account, to log in, or if they don't have an account, they have the option to create an account. Then when creating an account, automatically generates an account username for the customer based on their name, surname, or email. I don't do that, so I'm going to check that. And when creating an account, send the new user a link to set their password. I'm also not going to do that. I want the user to rather set their own password. Okay, then these account erasure requests, you'll have to do more research on this depending on where you stay in that, because this all refers to, in my country, it's called the Poppy Act and things like that. So just, you need to go through this and just check what's applicable to you. And then just show about privacy policy. You can actually make a privacy policy page and just link it over here. Same over here. So let's save changes. Then let's go to emails. Over here is just a list of the emails that get sent to yourself as well as the customer. If you want to change the wording, you can just click on these manage buttons and you can go inside and change it. And if we scroll down here, you can just change the name where it comes from, the email address where it comes from, and yeah, you can change the colors of the email that's sent to your brand colors. I'm not going to do any of that, but that's where you do it. Integration, we're not going to worry about, but let's just come to the advanced tab. So over here again is all the pages that was created for us. Here we can set our terms and conditions page. So you should create one in your pages section, and then you can just type in the first few letters, and there's my page. I'm just going to select that. Secure checkout, I would check this, but I don't have an SSL certificate because I'm doing this on a local server. But you should have an SSL certificate, and that's why I recommend Green Geeks, but other hosting providers also provide an SSL certificate. So just if you don't have an SSL certificate, just make sure that that is sorted out. Then these checkout points you don't have to touch. This is just what WooCommerce creates, as well as these orders. The only thing I would do is this downloads. If you're not selling any digital products, I would just take that out so that it doesn't show in the back end of the account page. Then we can click Save Changes. And then that's the WooCommerce setup. So guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. This video has already gone on a bit too long, but we've now actually done all the setups. So if you haven't watched that first video yet, check the link for the playlist and watch that video to set everything up, like the plugins and the pages and everything else. And then this was the WooCommerce setup. So just make sure this is all set up like this, because in the next video we are actually going to start building our website. So sorry, I just wanted to get this boring stuff out of the way. Some of you might not find it boring. I find it boring setting this stuff up, but the fun starts now when we start creating the website, and that will be in the next video. Guys, if I've gone too fast in this video and there was something maybe you didn't understand, or maybe I haven't explained something properly, please leave a comment. I will answer all questions that are left in the comments. And if you'd prefer to send an email, my email address is in the description as well, so please send me an email if you prefer that. Then, if you don't have the time to create your own website, it doesn't have to be e-commerce, it can be a normal website, and you want to work with me, I've left my website link in the description as well. You can click on that, you can book a call over there, or I've also put my email address in the description and you can send me an email. We can then discuss the project and see if we're a good fit for one another, and we can build you something amazing. And then lastly, if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It really helps my video. It helps my video get seen by many people, so I'd really appreciate that. And then if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and ringing that notification bell, because especially if you're following on with this video series, if you hit that notification bell, then you'll get notified every time I release a video for this series. So guys, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully I'll release that one in the next day or two. And until then, have a good one. Cheers.